mostly about the logistics of the trip. So I emailed to all of you a packing list. I have hard copies up here if you need them, and then the flight information. Those are two of the most important things that you should have kind of right now and be thinking about that. So let's talk about the flight information. So we're going to be flying on Copa Airlines, and should we bring that up, Natalie, and talk about their baggage?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that.
So Copa Airlines is one of the biggest carriers into Panama City. So we're going to fly from Las Vegas to Panama City, and we leave on Friday night of spring break, right? Even though the flight tickets say we leave Saturday morning, it's really late Friday night. So you got to be down at the airport by 9:00 p.m. And it's a nonstop flight, which is kind of cool. We've never had that.
So is ArcJet's doing transportation down there?
No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
Transportation to the airport is on your own. So most of you will notice that I've tried to add you to our Facebook page. We really want you to get on that Facebook page and arrange carpooling, things like that, depending on what you're doing when you come back. So when you come back, it's 10:30 at night on a Saturday. So think through that in terms of how you're going to get back to wherever you got to come back to. Okay. Many students will take the shuttle. Many students will carpool. Depends on who knows where you can park your car in Vegas. Many students will park at a hotel there. Those of you who did the trip before, what did you guys do?
I had family down.
You had family, so that was easy.
I went to a friend's house, but they just.
You had a friend's house. So what? Yeah. Yeah, for us to leave an SUV vehicle down there is really expensive for the whole week, and so, or to pay somebody to drive us down and back, so that's not a part of the trip at all. So everybody just gets to Vegas and does their own thing. And do you want to talk about baggage fees?
Sure.
Because you are going to want to bring probably 2 suitcases, a carry-on and a checked bag minimally. We'll have some donations. We'll talk about donations here in a little bit.
Okay, so on your baggage, you are all allowed 2 baggages to claim on the airplane. So those will go on the airplane. For a 3rd bag, it is going to be $175. Yeah, it's quite expensive, and there are limitations. So you can have, each bag is 50 pounds or less. It has to be less than 50 pounds. Now your carry-on, you're allowed 2 carry-ons. One they call it's a carry-on, and it's no more than 22 pounds, and then a personal item. So there's 4 items you can bring for free. You got 2 carry-ons, 50 pounds each, and then you have a personal item and a carry-on that you can actually put above or below your seat.
So we can have 4 bags.
You can, right, well, 4 bags, 2 that goes on
That are
the
checked.
airplane, that checked in bags,
Mhm.
and 2 that goes with you. But for the for the check-in bag, again, it is $175. They had some policy changes, and so it's a little confusing because if you go on the website and find out, you'll see different prices. So you can go ahead and check, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to baggage policy, and you're gonna go here for tickets bought starting September 1st, 2018 to the end of January 2019. What they did is they had asked, when are you leaving on the trip? And we're leaving March 8th, so this is the category. And when you scroll down, you'll see economy class. You're gonna go to the next one because that's Panama. So it's a little different with the new policy changes. So you can see $175. Now if you have 4 bags, it's gonna be another $175, plus you gotta pay tax.
So this is going to be important as we start gathering donations and you figure out how many donations. So I think what you mean is we purchased the tickets before January 31st, correct? Because it says tickets bought starting September 2018 up to January 31st.
Yeah, she was asking traveling. When I talked with her, she said, when are you gonna travel? And
Okay, we'll get some more clarification on this.
But
In
that's-
email,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
Great, thank you, Natalie, that was awesome. So we'll get some clarification on that. So you got the packing list. We're gonna be going through in our other trip meetings some of the safety things that you should be careful of. You'll see it has on there DEET. On a morning like this, guess what the weather's gonna be down there? What was it when you were there?
It was hot the whole time.
It was hot.
Really hot.
Super hot, super humid. Yep, it's great. It's a lot of fun. So be prepared for that, but we're gonna talk in our other meetings about how to safeguard yourself from mosquito bites and malaria, okay? Because that's really important. Let's talk about donations right now. So in your carry-on, you're gonna wanna put most of your personal clothes, okay? Then you have a personal bag, like a backpack, okay? That you're gonna put the stuff you're gonna need on the plane, things like that. Then you're gonna have some checked bags. So in your checked bags, we want mostly donations. So we've sent you a list of the donations that you should be gathering. So each of you should at least have one other checked bag full of donations, okay? We have some donations, not very many, but we're also gonna be taking the Days for Girls kits, and Cam's gonna talk a little bit about the Days for Girls program. And so we will be probably a couple suitcases of those that we'll be taking down there. We highly recommend that the suitcase that you're checking, that you buy or find a old suitcase that you can leave down there. Does that make sense? You can find them at the thrift stores. I'll be gathering some over the next couple of weeks from some of the local thrift stores. So if you don't have one that's like almost shredded that you want to leave down there, maybe pick one up at the thrift store so you can leave it if you want. Otherwise, you could fill it with souvenirs to bring back. How's that? Did you, yeah?
You have to pay the $175 to come back.
No. You get one, you get at least, we think, one free checked bag.
You get
And
two,
yeah.
and I'll
They're
I'll
saying two, but
verify
we're gonna
that.
get verification
We're
on
gonna
that
get
because
it in
the
an
policy
email
changes.
verification.
Yep. So nobody's still waiting on a passport, correct? Everybody still has a passport, a valid passport, 6 months validity after we come back. That's what we're looking for. It needs to be valid for at least 6 months after we return. That's what they authorize down there. So we fly down, we get down there Saturday morning-ish. GMT picks us up at the airport. They will take us via vans to a hotel. Did you go to a hotel? Where they will do some training and stuff with us, or we have a little bit of a free day on Saturday, hang out, and then training is mostly on Sunday?
Yeah, ours is a little different because we got there like at 1 a.m. and so
Oh,
we
that's
slept
right.
and then we had all day Monday. We had all day Monday, I think.
Monday?
No,
Saturday.
Sunday.
Oh.
And then Monday we did training.
Monday you did
Yeah.
training, okay.
So ours is a little different schedule, but it was like a 4-hour training and then we headed out to
Got it. So what?
I said, the training's long, but pay attention to it, it's pretty important.
Yeah, so, if you do have your own stethoscopes and blood pressure cuffs, those will come in handy. We'll bring a few of them, but you will be able to do more if you have your own blood pressure cuffs, and you'll see, that that's kind of recommended. Maybe let's go through the website real quickly, Natalie. Let me pull that up. So hopefully you've all registered on there, on the Global Medical Training Site's website.
Okay, so there's two of you that are familiar with GMT, been on the, what was your experience with GMT?
That's a pretty broad question. I really liked it. Any specific question in general?
What was your favorite part?
I really liked working with the kids, and
Yeah.
I really liked the pharmacy part of it.
Good?
That was really fun, even though I'm not going into that, but working with the kids, hearing the Spanish, and I think just being able to see that we were truly helping people. Like we do get there and it's a line of people just waiting to be seen, and we are the primary people talking to them. And so That's why the training is so important, because if you can't understand what their symptoms are, you'll have a translator, but if you can't understand what the symptoms are, you won't be able to prescribe the right medication, or then the doctor will come and check things off if you've done it right, or it'll take longer if you haven't done it right. So I really liked the whole experience.
Very good. And so GMT, for those of you that don't know, is a global mission trip. What was your thoughts or experience with GMT, your impression with GMT?
I love GMT. Talking to people that have gone to the Dominican Republic with another company, the feedback that I got was that GMT gives you a lot more freedom and puts a lot more responsibility on the students. So the first day, obviously super rough. No one knew what we were doing, and I don't think we got one diagnosis correct in all 8 hours of working. By the end, the doctors were giving us the stamps to do our own prescriptions because they knew that they had confidence in us that we knew what we were doing. So they were still checking on us, but like we were in a group and we really knew what we were doing, and so they really made sure that like we were taking responsibility for our own learning, and they like ask us hard questions and they pound stuff into you so that you don't forget it. So it's a lot. My favorite was how much I personally, I mean obviously how many people, but like I learned so much about healthcare on that trip because like I had to step up and actually like be a doctor for a week.
Don't put that on your application for medical school or any graduate school, so you're still a student, and we will give you some training about your role as a student. You're not a physician, but you get a really good experience. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing those, ladies. And you're right, there is a difference between textbook learning, textbook, and then going out in the real reality and actually doing the hands-on. And there's just nothing like hands-on. And from what I understand and have experienced from trips that I've gone, not to this extent, but it is rewarding, and you get a whole new perspective on different cultures, and we realize how much we take for granted with our health, not just other things, but with our health. So what I'm going to have you do is in your spare time before you go on the trip is it would be really good to familiarize yourself with the website GMT. Just you can see the website on there, the gmtonline.net, and go to frequently asked questions. There's a number of tabs on there to familiarize yourself with these. So I'm just going to do a real quick overview of these. So what do we do on the GMT trips? You've heard from some of your classmates. We're there to provide medical help. There is a dire need of medical help for these people in Central America. As far as who can go to, there's no age limit, and the people that are going, the students that are going to be those that are going to be primarily in the pre-med, pre-dent care. However, it's not just limited to those who are in the medical field, it's anybody that's service-oriented. It's a great experience to get, if you're service-oriented, this is a trip for you to go, and you get to learn about the healthcare as well. As far as how to prepare for the trip, there's no medical knowledge that you're going to have because, as you heard from your peers, is you're going to be provided an orientation. Not quite sure if it's going to be Sunday or Monday for this year, but you're going to, GMT will provide a full day training on what you're going to have to do and know. And as you have heard from, I forgot your name, I'm sorry. McCall. If you heard from McCall, it's pretty intense. So that, just know that you don't have to go prepared knowing all these things. How many of you have Spanish? Okay. How many are you in the medical terminology Spanish class? I think I've seen a couple of you already there. So that'll be helpful. It's not mandatory, but it will, that's just one little piece of thing that you don't have to be totally too stressed, and it'll come natural. I know I had Spanish, it's been a long time, but now that I'm going to this class and hearing friends talking Spanish, it comes back to you. And
We also I brought some books, some medical Spanish books, and so if any of you want to check these out this morning, there's just our little checkout card, just put your name on it and leave it here for us, and you can take this book and study and even take it with you on the trip, okay? So, I know, pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
okay, so that's the preparation for the trip as far as the knowledge. That'll be taken care of. Spanish, we're gonna have interpreters there. Don't have to worry about that. Rita has covered already about the, what we need in the baggage for your donations, bringing the donations. As far as preparing for the trip, immunizations, you have all that, so
Yep.
I'm not gonna
Yep.
belabor that too much more.
And we don't do chapters here. We don't do school chapters.
Yeah, I was gonna skip
Yeah,
that one.
we don't do,
Okay.
and you've already registered.
And then this trip leaders, Rita, I think you're gonna talk more about
Yep.
that? Okay.
Yep.
I wanna back up as far as what you need to bring. I think Rita may cover it, I'm not sure. But one thing you're gonna have to bring, if I'm correct, do they have to bring a $10 bill to get into the country? Or is
I
that
think
just
that's
DR?
only the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's only the Dominican Republic, I think. You guys didn't pay an entry tax?
I don't.
Did you?
think we did.
I don't, not, you went to Nicaragua, but, oh,
Yeah.
we haven't gone to Panama in 4 years. So, we'll find out about that.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
if
so
that's
that,
okay.
just kinda keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Also, Rita talked about the passport. Make sure you have the passport on you and not in your
Yeah.
luggage, because that will cause lots of issues and your peers will not be very happy with you.
Oh,
So
thanks,
have
Natalie.
it on you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
so I guess I'm being a little bit too real about that, but
Oh.
yeah, it's not a pleasant
Very real.
experience. Registering for the trip, you're gonna go ahead
I think
and-
everybody's registered, right?
You all registered?
Did everybody
Okay.
register? Good.
Okay,
Good, good, good.
Okay, so we won't belabor
I
that,
think we should be good.
okay?
We're gonna try to push through a lot of stuff here
De-
today.
Okay, so we have two dental students, can you raise your hand so I can see? Okay, both of you. So what we're gonna do is, we'll find out more about that information, but I know they had asked if we had dental students, and so this is good. We'll go ahead and follow up with both of you on that, okay? You all registered for the trip, correct? And the fee cover, do they need to see the
So let's
breakdown?
talk about that a little bit, and let's have some of those of you who have been on GMT share a little bit about how much you spent on this trip. So you know that your transportation is covered, your lodging once you get down there is covered, you will get breakfast every day and you'll get lunch every day, right? But you will have to pay for your dinners. So will you guys share a little bit about the dinner experience? Because it's a little bit different. Nobody here has done Dominican Republic, right? It's a little different where everything's provided for you. Here we actually go out to restaurants and eat meals and you pay for that. So tell us a little bit about your experience, would you?
We went to pretty nice places. They'll usually take you to places where you're gonna be okay, usually.